Hello my beautiful weebs to another video. Today Otaku Sensei will be recommending the top 10 anime where the main character is reincarnated with overpowered abilities. If you're new here and happen to enjoy this sort of content, then please don't forget to subscribe as well as turn on notifications because 82% of you haven't subscribed yet. And for the people who are already subbed and like the video before it actually starts, know that we appreciate you. Anyway, let's start the video. This video was sponsored by, as you guessed it, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a collect and battle dark RPG fantasy world with hundreds of champions to choose from and millions of artifacts to equip and customize your champ with. You can either collect your team of champs to clap some monster cheeks, or become the badass transfer main character you always wanted to be and go solo. For me, I went through the campaign with a champ from the Banner Lords, which consists essentially of medieval knights who rule a vast kingdom in Teleria's west. These quote-unquote white knights are conceited and warlike, and they believe they're on the side of good. But the orcs, lizardmen, and everything in between would disagree. The Bannerlord's lands were taken from non-humans by force and preserved through centuries of persecution with the help of the Sacred Order. With the Bannerlords weakened by their king's wars, the time may have come for these races to right an ancient wrong by any means necessary. And you can see how all this will unfold by starting from chapter 1 of the campaign, which by the way is the fastest way to level up your champs and earn some extra bucks. However, I do still prefer the good old poetic route of sacrificing, where you go to the portal, summon young, inexperienced champs with joy in their eyes, to then offer them to the raid gods in the tavern to boost your main champion a bit more. Aside from this opaque info, here's some bright info. This month, Raids got a non-stop schedule of summer events and activities. We're talking special fusion events to get a brand new legendary champion, PvP tournaments, and much more. They're also releasing 5 amazing new champions, and each of them looks incredible. Also, expect some giant updates coming your way very soon. Hopefully these updates include a beach event and other stuff the weeb in me wishes for. And finally, Team Raid was generous enough to give our fam a bounce. If you click in the link in the description or scan the QR code right here, new players will get an epic hero, Chanaru, who is amazing in the Doom Tower, as well as 200k silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard, so you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in the game. Doom Tower may be tough, but family is tougher. With that being said, we hope that you have a great time on them floors.
Leader は強烈なユニークスキルで敵を圧倒するレグルスの陶器使い。
We kickstart this list with 7 senses of the reunion. In the globally popular MMORPG Union, there was once a top group of players named Subaru, made of 6 elementary school friends. However, once one of their members passes away inside the game, Union ended service. 6 years later, a new game called Reunion is launched, with similar mechanics, and when Haruto, one of Subaru's original members, meets Asahi, his partner who died 6 years before, the members of Subaru gather once again to uncover the mystery behind it. It's also known for its horrible plot and story, not for its overpowered protagonist Haruto Amo. Think of him as budget Kirito, except a bit less generic. Haruto has sharp abilities and smarts, as well as the ability to manipulate auras. Despite him rarely using weapons, he still somehow wins various fights. In 9th place, we have Okasan Online. Imagine you are playing an online game and you're pretty good. But then your mom starts playing and is so much better than you. That is the life of our boy Masato Osaki. When he starts playing a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, also known as an MMORPG, he realizes that his overbearing mother is so much better than him at this game. Her skills are so much stronger than his, and because of this, she has absolutely no trouble dealing with enemies in the game. In 8th place, we have Slime 300. Asuza, a salary woman who died from overwork, finds herself reincarnated as an immortal witch in a new world. She's hunting and killing slimes for a living, and she's doing it until years have passed. Even for an easy target such as slimes, she's ended up with the maximum level after having done it for years and years. Then, to keep her peaceful life, she decides to hide her strength. But the tales of the max level witch of the plateau spread across the land, and attract a dragon named Rake to challenge her. Meeting friends and acquaintances who soon become family, Azusa finds that she can live a far better life with others than she ever could on her own.
私たちが勝った場合は、その場合は神仏の眷属であるこのクロウサギが何でも一つだけあなた方の言うことを聞きましょう。
そう、何でもか。
でも性的なことはダメですよ。
In 7th place, we have problem children are coming from another world, aren't they? Izuyoi Sakamaki, Asuka Kudo, and Yo Kusakabe are extraordinary teenagers who are blessed with psychic powers, but are completely fed up with their disproportionately mundane lives. Until unexpectedly, each of them receives a strange envelope containing an invitation to a mysterious place known as Little Garden. Inexplicably dropped into a vast new world, the trio is greeted by Kurosagi, who explains that they have been given a once-in-a-lifetime chance to participate in special high-stakes games using their abilities. In order to take part, however, they must first join a community. Learning that Kurosagi's community, No Names, has lost its official status and bountiful land due to their defeat at the hands of a demon lord, the group sets off to help reclaim their new home's dignity, eager to protect its residents and explore the excitement that Little Garden has to offer. In 6th place, we have Recreators. I almost want to say this is reverse isekai, because while it's true the main character Sota Mizushino travels into an anime he watched, when he returns back to his real world, the anime characters from that show are dragged into his world too. It isn't just one or two characters either. There are a hugely significant amount of characters that just appear without any explanation. So in this reverse isekai, instead of Sota trying to find his way home from a fantasy world, he travels through Japan in search of a way to send all of these characters back to their original worlds. In 5th place, we have Sage of Tanya the Evil. Many anime fans have wondered what it would be like to be isekai'd into their anime of choice, and sometimes fans can spend hours daydreaming about the possibilities. Unfortunately for the main character of this anime, he is transported to a magical world at war. If this wasn't confusing enough, he is transformed into a girl who earns the name of Tanya the Evil. Tanya tries to better herself and ends up rising through the military, although the country she is a part of slowly starts to become an enormous empire with every victory Tanya experiences.
レベル30ならこの程度か。殺せサラマンダー。
In 4th place, we have How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. In regards to the MMORPG Cross Reverie, Sakamoto Takuma boasted an overwhelming strength that was enough for him to be called the Demon King by other players. One day he gets summoned to another world with his appearance in the game. Once there are two people that insist, I am the real Summon Master. Takuma gets slave turning magic used for Summon Beast cast on him by the two. However, the peculiar ability Magic Reflection is evoked. The ones that were turned into slaves were the girls. Takuma was bewildered. He's the strongest magician, but he doesn't have any social skills. Panicking, the first words that came out were the ones that he used inside the game, role-playing the Demon King. I'm amazing, you say? Of course I am. I am Diablo, the one feared as the Demon King. In 3rd place, there is Malsama Retry. The main character in this anime is a man by the name of Akira Ono, and he manages an MMORPG called Infinite Game. That is, until he decides to shut down the servers for the game. The end, right? Wrong. He is instead transported into the world in the body of the game's Demon King. Doesn't this sound familiar? Yes, the start scene is inspired from Overlord. Anyway, he finds a girl named Aku, and together they travel this fantasy world looking for the reason he was brought here in the first place. Oh wait, did I forget to tell you it had our favorite goddess Aqua, version 2, with 2 more beautiful waifus? In second place, we have Ari Fuerte. You know, just like Naofumi from the Rising of the Shield Hero, our boy Hajime finds himself teleported to an isekai world and was not taken seriously as he was called an incompetent fool who could not do anything and is soon after betrayed by one of his friends and left for dead. It is then that he finds a lolly vampire named Yue, and she joins Hajime on his quest to find a way back home while killing anyone who gets in his way. Hajime is an anti-hero who strives to become strong after getting betrayed by his friend. The one difference between him and Naofumi is Hajime's sadistic nature, as he uses his powers of mutation and strength to fight his enemies. He can even damage a person's organs without even trying, which is quite a feat.
体力ゲージはゼロ寸前だけど勝てる気がしない。
Finally, at first place, we have Death March to a Parallel World Rhapsody. Ichiro Suzuki, a programmer nearing his 30s, is drowning in work. Worn out, he eventually has a chance to catch up on sleep, only to wake up and discover himself in a fantasy RPG world, which is mashed together from the games he was debugging in reality. In this new place, he realizes that not only has his appearance changed to a younger version of himself, but his name has also changed to Sato, a nickname he used while running beta tests on games. However, before Sato can fully grasp the situation, an army of lizardmen launch an assault on him. Forced to cast a powerful spell in retaliation, Sato wipes them out completely and his level is boosted to 310, effectively maxing his stats. Now, as a high-leveled adventurer armed with a plethora of skills and no way to return to reality, Sato sets out to explore this magical new world. This video ends here, and I want to especially say thank you to all those people who support me through Patreon and channel membership. Hope you enjoyed this list as well as got introduced to new shows. If you did, then leave a like, share with your buddies, and like always, subscribe and turn on notifications. Until next time, try to keep the comment section wholesome.
All on me.